Hey guys, this is Jeff with Reference Analog. So today we're going to be looking at a new DS audio device. So this is the ES001 Eccentricity Detection Stabilizer. And essentially what that means is this device looks at the inner grooves and reads how much distortion there is from the groove doing this. So it's very minute movements, and it takes a device like this kind of to detect it. Otherwise, if you've ever had that record where your cartridge is moving back and forth in the groove, that's essentially kind of what it's being caused by. So this device is basically the unit. The bottom part here turns, and you hold the top part stable while it does its measurements. You can see the lasers that shoot out and kind of measure, the record. And then the screen will show, the error and distortion and stuff. So we'll get deeper into that in just a second. To show you kind of what's in the box, we've essentially got a little Allen key that is just to take the top of the unit off to be able to put the battery in, which I've already done. Batteries normally come in this section of the compartment. I believe the USB is just for any sort of updates or anything that, might take place in the future. And one of the controversial factors is, do you need to ream your record? And this is a reaming device. So you can see a little bit of, vinyl on there because I just recently reamed a record. So the question is, do you have to? And the answer is yes and no. So if you have a record that does not have enough play in it to be able to make up for the error that it has, then yeah, you would have to ream it a little bit to be able to make that adjustment. Most records have a little bit of movement, which generally will let you, make the adjustment. If not, at least get it really close. Even records that feel like they're completely stiff on the spindle, you will still be able to see the movement with this device. So even those have a little bit of give that you don't really even realize is there. At least that's what I've found using the device. I've also kind of looked at the whole reaming thing as if it's tight on the spindle and I can't move it, but I'm seeing that it's wrong. I would rather ream a little bit and give myself at least a chance to have it correct, even if I'm not using the device. At least gives the opportunity to, make it right. So anyway, I'm not completely opposed to reaming, but some people are, and that's okay. The device is not going to be for everybody. It's, it's about $6,000. It's one of those really cool factors where, you've got a company who's really kind of trying to push the bounds of what's possible with analog playback. And that tech is frankly just expensive when you're the first one doing it. Hopefully it's kind of one of those items that, as time passes, it'll trickle down for, the general public to be able to really afford. But until then, I'm glad that there is a company pushing the bounds of what's possible. So we'll go ahead and come over to the VPI Prime here, and you just drop it on your record and start your record up. And there's going to be some belt squill. It's a VPI. It's kind of part of them. It's normal. So we turn on the device, you can kind of see the laser kicks on there, and then you click start measuring. So let's refocus the camera. You've got a little before and after down there in the bottom left, and then you can see, the error. So this one's got a decent amount of error going. I'm gonna stop the record now because I want to show you guys kind of what you do. So basically you'd nudge your record. And you basically, you could stop right there. We have made it significantly better. You can see the before and after. It's still not perfect, but that took, a couple seconds. To actually get it perfect, I'm probably gonna set down the phone for just a second and see if I can't get it perfect real quick. So, one moment. So with the device, I find it far easier to use two hands, and that way you can kind of, quickly and easily, get it perfect. Whenever you do get it perfect, it'll look something like that, before and after. And so that should, you know, be perfect. And if you want to remeasure, you would turn it back on and hold it still again and remeasure. But you can see now that our squiggly lines turned into a straight line. And so now when we play this record, it will not have the distortion. I'm not going to necessarily do a music playback demonstration today. Really the video is more about how the you know, machine works. I think Frimmer, you know, I think he did an A/B comparison of it with a audio downloadable track. So definitely check that out. It's pretty cool. You can definitely hear the difference. I use it as a center weight. So when I'm done, I just leave it in place and let it act as the center weight. It's about, you know, maybe a little bit lighter, but about the weight of the VPI center weight. So it's got a decent amount of weight to it. And I find it being, you know, plenty for its function there. And also when you go to pull it off and put the other one on, you know, your risk of, you know, this very fine adjustment getting thrown off is kind of high. So I personally like to just leave it. Anyway, well, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and, you know, check out more from us in the future. Thanks.